The Mid-America Gospel Music Association Lifetime Achievement Award is presented each year to the person or persons who have influenced the growth and promotion of Southern, country, and bluegrass gospel music. This award is designed to honor those who have dedicated a significant portion of their life to the field of gospel music, either as a singer, musician, songwriter, radio personality, or promoter. The general membership of Magma submits nominations of those within the industry who have been influential in their careers, and they are later voted on by the board of directors. We seek to honor both the local artist who has influenced and mentored the new generation of performers, as well as those from our region whose music has impacted the national gospel music industry. It is our pleasure to be able to honor those pioneers who have and still are representing the ministry of gospel music.
Savior's mercy and how he gave his sweet life for me. I want to tell you how much I love him, but it's impossible, it's plain to see. There are no words that can quite explain what the Savior's love does for me each day. So I'll just tell you that he's my Jesus, and I'll be walking the Christian.
Our 2016 recipient of the Magma Lifetime Achievement Award is being presented to a man who was born into a gospel music family. He has spent over 50 years in gospel music and is known throughout the gospel music community as an accomplished musician and versatile vocalist. It is our honor tonight to recognize him for a life devoted to gospel music as we present this award to Greg Gable.
To take us all away, so let us all be ready to meet him on that day. Our faults and failures will soon be pardoned if we have lived here to praise his name. Yes, he will take us all up to him. Why don't you rock my soul down in the bosom of Abraham, and you rock, rock, rock down in the bosom of Abraham, and you rock my soul.
Greg Gable cultivated his love for gospel music at an early age. One might even say it was stamped into his DNA from the beginning. As a youngster, he loved to watch the record albums spin on the record player and soon fell in love with the smooth harmonies and power vocals of Southern gospel quartet music. By 1965, at the age of 3, he was playing drums while traveling with his family group, the Kinsmen and Carol. This group featured his parents, Leon and Carol Gable, as well as his uncle, Larry Davis. The Kinsmen and Carol were a very popular quartet across mid-America. He continued to perform with them while playing drums, bass, and singing until 1978.
Some folks are building hopes down here and planning ahead. So busy with their fortune, they forget what Jesus said about the wars and earthquakes and the fig trees budding leaves. But there's a group of people getting ready to leave.
Greg started singing with a group whose MC would introduce him by saying his dad is a singer, his mom is a singer, and even his sewing machine is a singer. This started his time with the gospel group, the Singing Disciples, and that MC was, of course, fellow Lifetime Achievement Award winner Marty Moreland. Other group members included Alan Dake, Denny Roberts, and Marvin Dablemont, who welcomed him as their drummer. He progressed from drummer to bass player, to singer, and then on to piano player. Greg was quickly developing into an all-around quartet man. Other notable members of the group during these years were Lisa Whitener, Donnie Arthur, and Bob Davis, later the Heritage Boys. It was while he was with the Singing Disciples that he married his wife of 36 years, Rose. Rose continues to be his #1 supporter and fan. After multiple years of singing more than 100 dates a year, his tenure with the Singing Disciples ended in 1990 when the group decided to come off the road for a time.
Some days are dark as a dungeon, walk beside you through the valleys.
Soon Greg discovered that God had more work for him in presenting the gospel through music. So it was in 1991 he was back on the road playing piano for Heartbeat. Heartbeat was a very popular regional group that had a successful run of 23 years. Group members included successful national songwriter and fellow Lifetime Achievement Award winner Mark Mathis, Annette Steelman, Michelle Pyatt, and Jim Pryor. Mark Mathis was quoted as saying, "Greg Gable is one of the most talented musicians and singers in the state of Missouri, a faithful friend to those who are blessed to know him. We have traveled many miles together sharing the gospel in song. He plays the keys, the guitars, the drums, and sings every part in the book. Greg is a forever friend."
Well, I'm building a bridge across the divide. I'm building it strong. Oh, and I'm building it wide.
Greg would leave Heartbeat in the mid-90s to help form a young trio with cousins Bob and Jeff Davis, along with his uncle Larry Davis. The Kinsmen, too, were born. They would eventually become the group that we know today as the Heritage Boys. About the same time, a brand new quartet was forming in Waynesville, Missouri called the Covenant Quartet. Always passionate about male quartet singing, Greg would join gospel music veterans Mike Freeman, Terry Keys, and Bill Anderson in this new venture that sought to keep the styles of the Old Statesmen, Couriers, and Blackwood Brothers alive and well. Some of the other notable members of Covenant through the years have been Bob Moore, Stanley Jones, and Mike James. The group is still going strong after 20 years, with amazingly 3/4 of the original group still intact. Greg is joined on lead and piano by Mike Freeman on tenor, Bill Anderson singing bass, and newest member Neil Walters on baritone. To date, Covenant has recorded 10 CD projects, produced by Greg and recorded at his home studio, Mill Creek Studios. Greg also plays all the instruments on the recordings and has written several songs that are part of the group's program.
I've been living down here long enough in this old world to know that the things we love are soon to fade away. So I decided to put my treasures into a bank not made by man, and a mansion I'll inherit one of these days.
Through the years, Greg has been helpful to many other artists and has been kind enough to fill in at various positions as needed. His versatility as a singer and musician has led him to record several solo projects that feature him on all the instrumentation and singing all 4 vocal parts. He has also produced recordings for several local artists and has produced hymn tracks for a number of local churches that use them on a regular basis during worship services.
This whole world is just a wilderness. Oh, will I meet you up in heaven? Up there with stars, starry crowns of heaven. We'll walk together, talk together, hand in hand. Oh, we'll take a stroll.
Greg is a student of gospel music history and uses his knowledge to produce and record a weekly radio program, the Old Time Gospel Record Show, that airs on 90.7 FM KTTK in Lebanon, Missouri. In addition, the program plays over the World Wide Web on KTTK's website and mobile app.
We'll have some time to spend together. We'll never have to hurry, for there's lots of time. There'll be no grief, there'll be no crying, there'll be no pain, there'll be no dying. Oh, will I be over there?
Please join the Magma Board as we welcome our 2016 Mid-America Gospel Music Association Lifetime Achievement Award recipient, Greg Gable.
I want to tell of my Savior's mercy and how He gave His sweet life for me. I want to tell you how much I love Him, but it's impossible gospel is plain to see. There are no words that can quite explain what the Savior's loved us for me each day. So I'll just tell you that He's my Jesus, and I'll be walking the Christian way. Our Lord is coming back to take us all away, so let us all be ready to meet Him on that day. Our faults and failures will soon be pardoned if we have lived here to praise His name. Yes, He will take us all up to heaven if we have walked the Christian way. Our Lord is coming back to take us all away, so let us all be ready to meet Him on that day. Our faults and failures will soon be pardoned if we have lived here to praise His name. Yes, He will take us all up to heaven if we have walked